Rise and Grind morning show is on. 419 The Grind. On the ones and twos. DJ Impress.
Sexy motherfucker, you the baddest one. Gave you all my love, that shit been at now. We should get away somewhere and run it up. I'm tryna fall in love. Need you to bring all of your friends and let's fuck it up. I know you ain't been touched enough. I know you ain't the only one. No. Need you to bring all of your friends and let's fuck it up. I know you ain't been touched enough. I know you ain't the only one. See you with your friends, you got her. Brand new bitch, you got her. Nigga blowing up your phone, you ain't thinking about her. She just wanna turn up with her girls, get the stress off. And I just wanna take her to the room, get that dress off. Even though I'm in a good mood, I fuck you like I'm pissed off. And don't give me no attitude, you gon' make my dick soft. She wanna fuck me cause I'm lit now. Yeah, she wanna fuck me cause I'm rich now. We can link after the club, I got her pinned down. Suck it till I shoot it, come so fast, I made her get down. She got no ass and no titties, she a 10 now. She got no ass and no titties, she a 10 now. Yeah, in the trap, hanging places that you can't go. Glock 40, he got smoky at a Draco. 1,000 nights on that corner eating egg rolls. Bad bitch, Puerto Rican, look like J-Lo. Whoa, they try to extort me, I ain't pedo. Whoa, they try to extort me, I ain't pedo. Whoa, they try to extort me, I ain't pedo. Only thing I gave him was a halo. A-ho, Uber on the way, ho. Fuck her front to back, put my thumb all in the A-ho. I got bands for real, diamonds on me, they dance for real. All these sticks and drums, banging like we in the band for real. I got cake, I stay humble, know I'm the man for real. I got hitters, we don't rumble, tell your mans to chill. Yo, who mans is this? Somebody come get this nigga. All up in my session, Instagram and shit. I be with some real hitters, staying with that camera shit. Cause they really out here in the field and they be slamming shit. Top, 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 top. Giving head taps, left, tap, tap, tap. They said that they were with it, but it's cap, cap, cap. Aiming at your fitted, push it back, back, back. Whack, 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 whack. One phone call, get you whack, whack, whack. Try to slap me, we gon' let it slap, slap, slap. Cross the line, too late, you can't take it back, back, back.
Shawty wanna ride with me, we can get low. Hop into the Chevy 4-door, blow, throw. Wanna ride with me, let your head down. You said you want a thug, don't be scared now. Shawty wanna ride with me, we can get low. Hop into the Chevy 4-door, blow, throw. Wanna ride with me, let your head down. You said you want a thug, don't be scared now. Shawty wanna ride with me, 24 spinning, the stickers still on them. Same old hoes, but a nigga still want them. Parking lot pimping on another nigga woman. She pulling up a skirt, trying to show a nigga something. Call cloudy, my niggas all rowdy. This Hennessy done got a nigga drowsy. I'm outy, now where them hoes at? Look, I'm trying to take you home. So what you got your girlfriends, bitch? Bring them on.
You're in the mix. You're in the mix with DJ Impress.
Drive my Lambo like a Chevy on some rich nigga shit. You can't talk to my girl, she a rich nigga bitch. Told the teacher I was gonna be on the rich nigga list. Told you black ass nigga, $250,000 on his wrist. Hey, black ass nigga with a bad ass bitch. I went and got the bag and now everything lit. I went and got the bag and now everything lit. I went all the way through hell and back to get to this. 10 toes, stay down. Real hustler. Cut a couple niggas water off, but still love 'em. Fuck 'em. Young nigga, big heart, big nuts. G-Wagon or the double R. Which truck? Ball hard for the days when I didn't have it. She bad as a motherfucker, but she still ratchet. Started in South Memphis, ended up in a mansion. Ain't no stylist needed here, crazy with the fashion. I'm just popping my shit, now I ain't bragging. Picking up bags all in Paris. Flood my neck out with some carrots. My young niggas, the neighborhood terrorists. Drive my Lambo like a Chevy on some rich nigga shit. You can't talk to my girl, she a rich nigga bitch. Told the teacher I was gonna be on the rich nigga list. Told you black ass nigga
Ruger. You a cock blocker, yo bitch dick sucking, how you do it? You be acting out, you know them clips around, this ain't no movie. You a lame ass, broke, plain dressing ass school. Still got on drink when I load my shit. I just bought a book that talking shit. I'm a walking lick, still a open beat. I'm open bricks and I'm purchasing. They say that don't mix, but I'm legit. I'll beat the fifth and shoot you with the six. Don't your strip, can't put one up top. You know we gon' ride. Ain't no cap, she know that I'm that. Look me in my eyes, tell him relax. We on beef on wax. I see you outside. Showed your hand, you need to quit playing. We all know you love.
Once upon a time, and I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch who nigga wanna fuck on. Said my face bomb, ass tight, racks stuck up, shack height, jury on me, flashlight. I've been listening since last night. Hit him with that good, make a nigga act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Big bag pussy, not the Bentley band. Take a man, Balenciaga brought it back, and all these bitches fuck. It's big bags bustin', not the Bentley band. Take a man, working back, party back, and all you bitches fuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff. Up, then it's up. If it's up, then it's stuff. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuff.
It's Toledo's own DJ Impress in the mix.
Big mansion, big limits, big standards, big vision. Fuck niggas, no distractions. Big difference, they living, I live lavish. I can't fuck with love, cause shit happens. What could you prove to me? What could you do for me that I can't do for me? Look, I ain't losing you, shit you losing me. 8 bedrooms in a crib, I ain't losing sleep. I'm tryna fuck you on the milli while overlooking the city. Views over views, this pussy just sitting pretty. I get nasty, everything by me savage and classy. Throw that ass back like a classic, cashy. Hey,
if we gon' be fucking around, ain't gon' be no fucking around. Don't get caught up in your feelings, cause if you fall in love, that's on you. Sing on when I'm happy, sing on when I'm ready. Don't get caught up in your feelings, cause if you fall in love, that's on you.
giving everything you got, you still want more. It's those pieces of my heart you just can't ignore. Trying to take me back to the place I was before. Just in pieces of my heart you can't have no more. I just wanna roll with you, baby. Take you shopping around flight, sweet lady. Got you on my sights, pretty baby. You got it, go strut it, baby. Got the body of a goddess. I just wanna try it all with your permission. Got you out with no guidance, little body vibing. Catch me while I'm reminiscing on it. Cause you make it easy to know that you ain't really checking for me. But then you seem to need me. Giving everything you got, you still want more. It's those pieces of my heart you just can't ignore. Trying to take me back to the place I was before. Just in pieces of my heart you can't have no more.
Charles, how you do that there? Shreveport, Mississippi, how you do that there? Alabama, Atlanta, how you do that there? Florida, Arkansas, how you do that there?
They say, who that? Say they wanna do that. Run up off the wheel and get your ass with blue black. My nigga, my nerve fresh off the curb. Jelly, Johnny preserve, nothing but balls in my word. In the Mossberg, pistol grip pump on my lap at all times. Whatever my nigga, cause young niggas still dying. Hollin' about, huh? Nigga, what? Huh? Give a fuck, nigga, what? Full of that weed, landing like a poppy shit. I slanted and a chanting, happy nigga named Young Bleed Carleon. In the jungle where the murder me and mama for months and days, tripping off the blunts we play hell of a high. And telling them why, I'ma never say die. You can see it in my eyes. And niggas say I fly like an eagle and see no evil eye. And ain't no sequel, this shit, I'm belling in the dope, supernatural. Wicked, y'all niggas don't give me dope. But see how they running everything on the cool, but they know I'm finna act a fool in this motherfucker. Niggas holla how you do that day.
From Texas to Kansas, nigga, we don't care.
Niggas holla how you do that day.
Missouri, Ohio, nigga, we don't care.
I hear they holla how you do that day.
DC, Nevada, nigga, we don't care.
Niggas holla how you do that day.
California,
Check dig, man. I was just sitting back reminiscing, man, you know what I'm saying, and vibing on how things used to be, you dig? Like when we was youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that OSDN used to rock. St. Angela's jump, you know?
When children used to see the dance every day. I used to go to Toledo. When kids really used to go outside and play. I used to go to Toledo. When females used to carry themselves as women. I used to go to Toledo. Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
Listen, I remember back in the day when I was a child, doing bad, mama used to take us to eat at Hot and Now. Very convenient, the food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts and just about every backyard hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it, you could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors, and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the dance every day.
It ain't got that same vibe it got no more than
really used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, CJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
okay,
women.
man. It's your boy Bobcat, man. Just reminiscing, check this.
Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South. And Arden Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was Plera. And Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was reppin' for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a nigga killed. When Northtown was bumpin', Southwick was slumpin'. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumpin'. I give her arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth. To see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the dance every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching.
Wake up, Toledo.
Wake your ass up.
You're listening to the 419 Grind, Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Hey, hump day in this bit.
Good wine Wednesday grinder.
Wine, where's the wine and the wings at?
I'm waiting for you to buy it. Them scratcher chips rolling in.
Well, while you're waiting, welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show with JK, Clyde Green, and Jay. And
welcome.
Our guest host on Wednesdays, Dennis Sawan.
What's up,
people's
guys?
champ.
Hey. Another beautiful day, right?
The champ is here.
Don't steal my ad-libs while I was trying to swallow. You know I was
I said the champ was here.
No, I say that too.
I know,
say
but I
that.
was hoping you was drinking.
Don't give me that one.
You guys can say, it's music to my ears. You guys can say it as many times as
y'all blew up the spot.
Right.
Listen, because he's trying to steal my ad-libs.
She could just let it go. She could just keep it moving. Just had to blast me. Like,
no.
Should have been teamwork. Like,
no.
I saw
He was
you
trying to like give you an assist. You acting like Russell Westbrook.
I want to assist on my topics and my prank
You acting like
calls.
James Harden right now.
Give me assist on my prank calls and my topics. Lead the ad-libs to me.
Boo.
Moving right along. What's up?
Speaking of ad-libs, shout out to our sponsors, Hotbox.
Hotbox.
Mud City Entertainment. Greater New Psalmist Church. I'm
Amen.
sorry. J. Russ Jennings.
Yep.
Sasha Denise.
Sasha.
Umadab Lucas County.
Freedom.
Sawan and Sawan.
The champ is here.
The Social Butterfly.
Hey, Miss Carter.
O. Henry's Kitchen on Wheels.
Rolling.
Little Tots Transportation.
Skirt. Beep, beep.
And A Servant's Heart.
Is there a heart?
Stand up. Let us know that you understand.
Well, if you would like to become a sponsor of the Rise and Grind Morning Show so they can say your names like this, send your info to Rise
and Grind
at the 419grind.com and you can become a sponsor of our show.
Trust we take the most time and effort into these ad libs.
Do we?
We go back and forth. Shae say no all the time, and then she say yes.
I say no sometimes too.
Hey, it's a unique part of this.
Yeah.
You pay something else for somebody else to be a sponsor. You don't get that type of thing.
See?
Mir Riley says that was a brother and sister moment.
That's why we up for best duo.
Yes.
I don't care what time you start.
Right. Get on the voting polls. It's your civic duty.
Yes. Go vote for us.
I don't get ad libs anywhere else, right? Unless I hire Migos.
And I'm a Miguel. I've been telling you that. I'm a Miguel.
Check us out, ToledoCityPaper.com. Best local podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Best anchor duo.
Yep.
Shae. Best radio
station
show. Best station or show?
Show.
Radio show. Best social media account. And best web designer in the 419 Media Group. So get on to ToledoCityPaper.com. Vote. If you got more than one email, vote more than one time.
We appreciate y'all.
Vote.
So civil, is it civic or civil?
Civil.
It's your duty.
Or a Honda Civic.
Well, that's
It's your
that's
Honda
civic duty.
Your Honda Civic duty and responsibility.
It's your civic duty to vote for
us.
For that specifically.
Okay. All right.
Please.
We'll take it.
Well,
we win, we're going to have a big old party. Y'all know y'all going to kick it.
Are we?
Are we?
Are we?
Speaking of are we? How's traffic and weather?
Currently, the weather is 39 degrees. Looks like we will get to a high of 55. My phone is showing a fog effect. I don't know.
There was like a fog alert.
Yeah.
It's this kind of like fog season when the weather goes cold and hot. So if it is foggy, just leave a little space between you and the car in front of you. Hard to see.
Yeah. As far as traffic's concerned, I didn't have any problems getting around. Again, it's Wednesday. School is in session, so the buses and stuff are in. Did you guys have any trouble getting here?
Way.
I took the streets, expressway.
I had to take a detour because Tony wasn't feeling well this morning, so I took some burners.
Prayers to the sick and shut in.
Traffic was just busy everywhere, but I'm starting to think some of these bus drivers is taking a little extra time with these lights. Like, I saw the kids sit down and everything. Like, I think she was just trying to get on my nerves. I don't know. I wasn't rushing or anything. I was patiently waiting. I just felt like the lights was on a little
too long.
Too long.
There was also a accident in Sylvania and Monroe right here.
Oh, wow.
It looked like it was clearing up when I was coming in, so it should be cleared up by now, I would hope. But
if not, take those precautions.
And also, what I was about to say, the newsman said brace for some snow maybe this weekend.
The newsman said.
The weatherman, Ryan Wickman.
What did he say?
Maybe possibility for snow this weekend. So
I'm seeing
Where's
Sunday.
Ryan at?
Who?
What station is Ryan on?
WTOL.
Okay.
I see some for
Did he take
Sunday.
over for?
Well, I mean, my girlfriend works for.
I know.
Keep me dropping the competition.
Hold on, Aisha Washington, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
She said, how do I? Oh, she ready to ask questions.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
She said, how do I sue companies
coming in
over
hot.
verbal agreements? Write that down.
I can remember that. Aisha, here's the rule with verbal agreements generally. Verbal agreements are about as good as the paper that they're written on, is usually what they say. So it's really tough unless you got it recorded or something else that you could hold somebody to a verbal agreement. A lot of times what happens is people talk before they make a deal, and then they reduce it to writing, but it's not the same thing at all once it's in writing.
Right.
But that thing that's in writing that is signed is usually going to be the thing that's going to control. So there you go.
Toss it out the window.
So handshake ain't no good no more.
I mean, some people honor it just out of morality.
Yeah,
right?
I
don't think GM is going to. Yeah, I mean, who should shake a GM's hand? Aisha, if you got the connections to GM like that, get at us.
No, she said that was just good morning.
What was?
The GM.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're talking about the General Manager.
Yeah, General Motors or something.
No.
I was like, what'd you do with GM? What verbal agreements is GM making you?
He said, no, just good morning.
Just good morning? Yeah, that's cool.
I said, what did Jay say? Oh, Jay Burschback?
I think he said the same thing.
Speaking of verbal agreements, I hear an artist from here just signed a major
she said,
deal.
she got to record it. She said, I have Jesse recorded.
Oh.
Yeah, we recorded doing what?
Shit.
Oh, she's talking.
To you.
She's supposed to be on the show on Tuesdays and Fridays. You got to come to the show for you to be on the show.
The seat for you.
You're right.
The seat waiting.
That's a conflict of interest, actually. I'm backing up.
Aisha. Wait, you really going to do this on the show? Okay.
We got to tell you. We don't told you can come in anytime. We got to tell you to come to the show.
She's supposed to do Tastefully Tuesdays. or Freaky Fridays. But she has to come into the show and do it.
Hey,
was that said on the recording?
You just got it recorded right there. Are you sure he just
And today is Wednesday.
Forever.
Yeah, today is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday.
Wrong day of the week.
I said, Aisha, this was last time. She was here last Tuesday for your birthday. I said, come next Tuesday, you can start. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you know, called
so she broke the verbal agreement. So I'm going to sue you. Oh, that's why she was trying to find clarity for herself.
I'm not taking sides.
Then it backfired, huh?
Oh man.
Damn.
All right. Well, do we have some trending topics today, Dennis?
You know we do.
You know he got the booklet.
Come on.
Dennis about to break it down.
Trending topics in Toledo on the Rise and
I
Grind
don't
Morning
even
Show.
know why y'all print them out. I don't like mine printed out. I like for him to surprise me.
That's only got one for Harold.
It
Wait
was
for
sitting
Clyde.
right
Well,
here.
sometimes I don't send him, and then I just come in. Yeah, but
That's how I like to
he
be.
always looks at him. He doesn't.
I never look at him. I like to be surprised.
I be wanting to have questions.
I like to get hit with the hit on the nose. Right in
And
the
that's what
spot.
makes us different.
Yeah. That's the only time you do homework. Topic homework.
That's it.
I know.
And we need them on Mondays,
Oh, okay.
Tuesdays, Thursday,
I'm
Friday.
getting better at it. I'm getting better with it. I got a bed now. I can sleep more comfortable. And I'm more perky a little bit.
What's like I do with you having the topic?
Girl, I had a topic for today.
And I'm more perky.
Yeah, perky.
Good morning, Tanya Fallon. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Chelsea.
Good morning.
Good morning, Aisha. Good morning,
RC.
DJ Impress. Thank you for the mix.
Mix.
All right, let's get into it, huh? Mm-hmm. So I saw you guys were talking about this whole Travis Scott thing on Monday. You had Jason on, huh?
Yep.
You guys were talking about some aspects of sort of like what that show looked like and what happened. So obviously, huge tragedy. It was the Astro World show, Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. One of his biggest shows. He's from Houston, and he always said that Astro World was one of the biggest things for him growing up. So his ability to go do this show is always like a hometown hero thing, right? So all these people show up. It gets pretty wild pretty quickly, and a bunch of people end up getting trampled, including more recently, they just found out a 9-year-old kid
I seen
is
that.
in critical condition.
Horrible.
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, the crowd just went wild. Drake and Travis Scott came out, and just everybody started compressing. Which once that starts happening from the back of the crowd, it's real hard to stop that.
Right.
So obviously, a lot of people are wondering what's going to be the legal fall from this. There's already been lawsuits that were filed. A lawsuit was actually filed Sunday. The show was Friday, so somebody was working overtime on the weekend to get that thing filed.
Yeah, they was on it.
Yep. And one of the things I think we got to talk about, which is first and foremost, is when something of this magnitude happens, social media obviously lights up, and it's not always completely accurate. A lot of people spin things certain ways that aren't exactly true. So after this whole thing happened, people were saying basically that Travis Scott was ignoring known signs that there was problems. Videos have come out after that seem to say that he's trying to get people help.
I saw some.
So I just think that people need to not rush to judgment in these situations. I'm not saying that he's innocent in this situation at all, but I just think that we need to be really careful when we're looking at social media initial accounts right after something happens.
Right.
Now, after having said that, in defense of Travis Scott, let's look at sort of context, right? Because in personal injury cases like this, where people died especially, context is everything. What happened around this situation that we find ourselves here? Because personal injury law is concerned with what a reasonably prudent person would do. So what is just like in the same or similar circumstances. So any of us that do anything that hurts somebody, just because it hurts somebody doesn't necessarily mean that there's a lawsuit there. It's whether or not we did something that was below what we would expect somebody to do. So in this instance, we know that there was a large concert. They knew, of course, that there were going to be a ton of people there. So then we start adding facts onto this. For example, we look at the security first. Okay, so they had all the security. They knew all these people were going to be there, but there are reports now coming out that the security guards were not really all that trained until like the night before this whole thing happened, and that they had to take a test, but the test was open book, and they were basically feeding them the answers. So things like that start to come out, and it starts adding on to the scale, right? Okay, now we got problems. When we talk context, we also look back at things that have happened in the past with Travis Scott. Travis Scott's brand is chaotic. That's like literally what his fans are called ragers. Like he's very much embracing that chaos. And I'm not saying that there's anything particularly wrong with that, but you can't be surprised when that chaos bubbles over,
Right.
So In 2015, he was arrested for basically telling a crowd to put up the middle finger to security because the show got cut like 5 minutes after he showed up. It was getting too wild. So he ended up pleading guilty to reckless conduct. He told the crowd to put the middle finger up to the security right now, and he ended up pleading guilty to that. He was put on probation for 1 year. 2017, he was arrested again for inciting a riot at the Walmart Arkansas Music Pavilion because basically he was inviting fans to bypass security and come up closer to him. So this is not like an isolated incident. When we talk about context, like it matters how we find ourselves in a particular situation. So I'm not sure whether at the end of the day Travis Scott himself is going to be held responsible for this, or the venue, or the security guards.
You see them putting Drake in there too? They're trying to sue him too.
Yeah. But I mean, it's about like foreseeability. Like, what did I know was likely to happen? And if I knew that something was likely to happen, then what did I do to stop it?
Yeah. Did I put any preventative measures in place?
Yep.
So if he's not, say that he's he had nothing to do with what happened, but because it happened under his name and his brand, he can be held liable.
Well, he was the reason why. Yes. I mean, I don't know the nature of the way that this whole thing's set up, but like the people that can be held responsible here, the musicians themselves, security companies, the venue owners, third party, different people who were providing medical services or whatever else, the concert promoters. There's a whole lot of people that could end up becoming responsible here, and they're going to play hot potato with this thing. Everyone's going to say it's not me, it's not me, it's not me, until we finally land it who it really is. But it's a really, really tough situation. And the other side of this is I assume that all these people who are getting sued are going to try to blame in some form or fashion the people who passed away by saying that they knew that there was some risk in coming to a crowd like this. And, you know, that's cold, especially when someone dies, but the law does prevent. Yeah, the law provides for a defense called assumption of the risk. And I assume that on the back of every ticket, it says that you are understanding that you're going into a large crowd. It's kind of uncontrollable and anything could happen. But,
now,
you know.
One more question. So there are other people who have concerts, and some of these tragedies happen at other concerts. Why do you think this one is being highlighted? Is it because of who Travis Scott is within his music? Like, because he calls it, like you said, he calls his fans ragers, and I've seen concerts of him saying, "I need all my ragers up front," and they come up front and they act all crazy.
Well, look, this isn't the first time this has happened by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
There was one of the biggest concerts ever was actually held in Moscow in 1991. It was a Metallica concert. It had like estimated 1.6 million people.
What?
There were 53 deaths in that crowd.
Damn.
There's been other crowds. In 2003, there was a nightclub fire in, I think it was in Rhode Island. It erupted into flames and a bunch of people, I think 100 people were killed. Wow. That resulted in a lawsuit. Basically, there was sound absorbing foam around the stage, and the pyrotechnics from the show just lit it on fire, and a bunch of people passed away. Snoop Dogg one time got sued for a railing falling at a show in New Jersey and people falling down to some cement. And then there was a rock band called Lamb of God that had a spinal injury in a mosh pit that happened as well. And they actually ended up in that case suing Live Nation, but not suing the band. So Live Nation was like the promoter, actually similar to this situation with Travis Scott. So I think that right now all the focus is like white hot on Travis Scott, but this is not isolated. This has happened many times before. But yeah, I mean, it's context. Like I say, context in personal injury cases matters a lot. And if you're calling your fans ragers and you're trying to tell them to be aggressive, and then you might bear some personal responsibility, and you got to look in the mirror in that situation and say, like, did I have anything to do with this? Could I have stopped it? You know, I think one of the interesting things here is that he was supposed to perform at the Day and Night Festival in Las Vegas the next weekend. He canceled, and instead they got Post Malone. Now, I assume that Post Malone, because of the energy that he puts out, is unlikely to draw this type of crowd.
Well, he could.
He could, but he's not actively seeking it. And that's the thing. And I'm not sure whether Travis Scott's actively seeking it or not, but like,
maybe that's just the way he hype up his crowd, though. You know.
And then the other side of it is like, is that free speech, right? Is he allowed to do that? And where's the limit to that? And the limit really is at incitement. Like when you incite people to commit a crime or hurt somebody else, then it's past the line, right?
Yeah, but is he inciting them to hurt other people, or does he want them to get excited because he's performing. He feeds off that energy.
That's right. So it's a complicated thing, and you certainly don't want to stifle people's creativity, right? Like, there's a lot of artists throughout the years, like Tupac, for example, one time got sued for an officer getting killed, and the lawyers were suggesting that Tupac was the reason why those officers were killed, because he was promoting that type of thing.
Yeah.
And they ended up not winning that case in large measure because of free speech. But a lot of times Tupac would say things like that. I mean, not
kill the police,
not directly.
Yeah, that's what the lawsuit came from that, and they tried to ban his songs from the radio because of that police officer getting killed in New York.
Wow.
And Chelsea, I have never been to a Post Malone show, so maybe it is as wild as Travis Scott. I don't know. But again, like, it just goes back to, like, you got a guy who specifically says, like, I want you guys to rage. And there was a tweet that was deleted, I think in May of 2021, where Travis Scott was commenting on the fact that nobody could buy tickets to his show, and he said something like, "Don't worry, we're still letting the wild ones in."
Oh,
so like it's a certain,
and they said people busted in that Astro World as well.
So it's a certain atmosphere that is being fostered that I think could get you in a lot of trouble when something like this happens.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm about to say
RC talking about NWA, like that happened actually back then. NWA like very much incited riots in their concerts.
Yeah,
because after the police was like, they did in Detroit, they didn't want them to play that song,
right?
But they did it anyway, and it caused like all kinds of mayhem. So they were sued, on the same way.
Was it deaths too?
I don't know about the deaths.
Okay.
But they were sued.
So like this isn't the first time that this thing happens.
Yeah.
And like this can happen when you create a scenario that leads to this type of thing, especially if you knew that it was likely. And I think that's the real meat of this, is that if they find out that the organizers knew this could have been a problem, if it was understaffed, if the police had said that this is an issue beforehand, if Travis Scott could have prevented this in some form or fashion, that's going to be a problem for him, big time.
We was talking about that yesterday, Aisha, about people at MJ fight, but they was passing out because they was just starstruck, like they couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and
and Michael Jackson concerts.
Yeah, and they're also looking at now criminal charges against Travis Scott for inciting a riot. Yeah, disorderly conduct. There's a full criminal investigation.
There's definitely gonna be a blueprint for any more concerts. It's gonna be all kind of You probably have to sign a contract to go.
Rob says, "What if Travis gets banned from the state of Texas from performing?" They can't do that.
They can't do that?
No. You can't stop somebody from speaking before they speak.
Oh, okay.
That's like a #1 rule, right? Like I don't have to ask permission to say something. Now, if I say something that incites violence or defames somebody or something else, then they can stop me from doing that again. But they can't just stop me from talking at all.
What about now? What if they confirm that it was people in the crowd allegedly shooting people with needles?
They've talked about that being an issue. And look, I also think that crowd bears some responsibility.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget that
because those
were human beings.
I think they hold a higher responsibility than Travis Scott to me, because they were on the one in the crowd pushing and
going crazy,
shooting people with needles. Yeah.
On drugs, and telling them if they drunk or what.
So
I
mean, you can't put all that. We can't. I can't say you, but we can't put all that responsibility on Travis Scott.
Yeah, you remember they were sitting on porta potties and stuff, and breaking in.
So there is a lot of that to this as well. Like those people who were essentially assaulting other people and caused their death are way more responsible than anybody else in the situation. But those people are hard to identify. It's sort of a mob mentality, so it's easier, I think, to point your finger at the venue owners, the concert promoters, the artists. Do I think Travis Scott wanted this to happen? No, not at all. But if he knew it could have and he didn't do something to stop it or do everything he could to stop it, that's a problem.
So civilly, he can be held responsible.
Yeah, I would expect that's what's going to happen here.
Interesting question. RC said, so how come Ray Charles was banned from?
Yeah, I don't know that. I saw that. I don't know that case, but I would have taken Ray Charles' case and I would have won it. So I don't know what they did to him, but we went to the Supreme Court about a year ago, of the Ohio Supreme Court. We argued a case very similar to that the government can't stop you from speaking before you speak. And we won a unanimous decision, 7-0. Every judge in that room agreed with us. So that's rare, #1. And #2, it's like a resounding, no, you cannot do this. So I don't know that situation. I guess I got to look into that.
Maybe because of the time that it was.
Maybe, but in any event, you should never stop somebody. The government especially should never stop somebody from talking before they talk. That's like the worst thing you could do. Because you don't know what they're going to say.
Right.
They could say something totally fine. Like, happy birthday, whatever, I love you. You can't just say, like, don't say anything. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Don't talk.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work. And so I don't know that situation, but I will look into that for you, Rob.
And this gonna
Tune in next week. I got you.
This gonna kind of this kind of gonna drag out for a while too, huh?
Yeah, and like this is the families that have lost people are obviously looking for answers that they're going to be hard to find, and it's going to be a tough fight because Live Nation. I don't know what Live Nation does in this situation. I mean, they make so much money off these artists. Maybe they just say, you know what, we'll just pay it out. We got insurance for this. Let's move on. But the thing about this situation is that Live Nation as a company or Travis Scott as a company may choose to do something, and their insurance company may say, well, we don't want to do that. So you don't have control of your insurance company after something like this happens. So there's probably multi-millions of dollars of insurance available here, right? And Live Nation or Travis Scott even might pick up the phone to his insurance company and say, hey, look, I just want you to pay this. Give these families, because he even went online.
Because he offered to pay for the funeral
he was like,
costs
I'm trying
for everybody.
to take care of this, and the insurance company might say, nah, we'd rather fight it because we don't want to set the precedent that this is how we're going to handle any situation like this, and we would never know that happens.
That's crazy.
So then his insurance company's in court saying, well, you assumed that risk, you're at fault for your own death, and Travis Scott is sitting there saying, well, that's not how I want to play this, but he doesn't have any way to control that.
That's weird.
I know.
Wow. Yeah, it's bigger than Nino.
It's gonna be it's crazy. But
who's Nino? Nino Brown.
Nino Brown.
All right.
After this, let me ask you this: Would you guys go to a Travis Scott concert? I mean, you probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't go before this.
Yeah, I'm not a Travis Scott fan.
Yeah, but I say I'm not a Travis Scott.
I would watch it virtual.
I wouldn't even watch it virtual. I ain't even gonna lie.
You don't want to see that atmosphere.
Because I mean, it's not my type of artist. So if it ain't really my type of artist, I'm not just watching. Watching them just to be watching them. I could be watching my favorite artist doing something.
Yeah. So, and a lot of people are saying there's demonic elements to this, and I can't speak to that, but maybe so. But
I don't know.
Bottom line, if you knew that there was a possibility of a risk, you didn't do anything about it, or you didn't do enough about it, you could be civilly liable in personal injury cases.
Simple and having that background don't help.
Does not help because context is everything, right? If he never had a problem like this before,
be different.
Then it's a different situation.
But he already been in it before, so they're gonna try and make an example out of him.
Probably so. Probably so. And I wouldn't be surprised there's some criminal charges.
I wouldn't.
Though I don't know if he can beat him or not. I don't know. But anyways,
all right, Travis. Good luck with that.
Moving right along.
Speaking of fireworks. We talked maybe a couple months ago about a law that was being considered in Ohio to allow people to shoot fireworks. We all know on 4th of July, whatever law was preventing people from shooting fireworks wasn't working.
Right.
Well, they've been going back and forth, the legislature in Ohio and the governor. The governor didn't really like the original law that was proposed. So finally, they got something to work where both sides agreed, and the governor of Ohio signed into law finally a law that will permit consumer-grade fireworks on a number of holidays. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Cinco de Mayo, Juneteenth, Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So the whole time.
Still going on.
What? They don't need to do that. No, let's keep it on the 4th and that's it. Because after the 4th,
they just stop shooting them.
After the 4th at midnight, I'll be so tired of hearing fireworks.
Yeah. They don't be caring.
Also, Chinese New Year and Diwali. So,
what?
Yeah.
In Ohio. Chinese New Year and Diwali. Okay.
So, there you go.
In Ohio.
Yeah. So there will be additional county, township, and local laws that will affect this a little bit more, when times you can do it. You might not be able to do it past 10 o'clock or whatever. But I think it's a good step in kind of getting us to look, when there's a law in place and nobody is listening to it, that level of disrespect for law is just not a good thing. You can't police that all. And it just ends up showing that the government's saying something and no one's listening to their authority. So it's much better, I think, to just simply
please believe on July 7th, you still gonna hear fireworks.
You're gonna still hear it to July 17th.
Maybe they'll enforce it a little tighter on the days that you're not allowed to do it now. Oh, I don't know, but
I know.
So they're gonna have more police patrol in those areas.
I mean,
and say, don't pop those.
Right, they're gonna be on them.
You better get on Wildwood. They coming. We gotta go on Scottwood. Robinwood.
You know what?
They gonna be.
That's how it was on my street. This past summer, it was 3:00 in the morning. Somebody was popping fireworks
they was doing it to
in
each
80s,
other. They was doing
the big boys.
I'm about to let mine off.
So
I bet you can't let
when
yours
they do
off.
that, the dogs start to bark down the street. So when the dogs start to bark, more dogs start to bark. So everything is getting louder. So now somebody else is throwing M80s. So then I started hearing police sirens trying to follow find where these fireworks
That's
are
what I
coming
said.
from.
They're gonna be playing Pac-Man.
Right, exactly.
Shoot them off and run.
Right.
I know little dudes that be lighting them just to set off the shot spotter.
Sometimes you just got to go along to get along, right? Like the law just needs to get back to the reality of the situation, which is that this is going to happen one way or another. You might as well just allow it. So, anyways, good news story.
Okay.
So another law recently passed in Ohio is going to require high school students in public schools to take financial literacy classes.
I've seen that.
We've talked a lot about how important financial literacy is, especially with like up and coming artists and maybe people who don't have that background. This is a huge step in the right direction that everybody in public school, I mean, honestly, this should have been happening a long time ago. Like in most public schools, you learn how to like cook in home ec.
Right,
they don't teach you about taxes and interest rates.
We say that all the time.
Yeah, so like this is a great step in the right direction.
My son got a financial class. This on his schedule.
So a lot of schools will have taken that step affirmatively to make that happen, but a lot of schools just either don't want to devote resources to it or don't have the teachers to do it or whatever. This law will force every public school to do it and will also require every educator by 2024, 2025 to have had training specifically in financial literacy. Because you have to remember, any education is only as good as the person teaching it, right? So like, if we don't get to the educators, like I'm not saying all teachers are not financially literate, but some of them certainly could be better at teaching that. And so I think that there's going to be a big push for making sure that there's those educators in place that really can get that across. I still never understood how you never had to learn about doing taxes.
I think they should take out algebra and put it in financial literacy because I'm 44 years old, and to this day, I have never used A plus B plus
equals C.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Math was like my worst subject by far. But like maybe somehow in the way that our brain handles that situation, we have used that for other things, right? Like
never. I ain't never used.
I'm not defending.
So A squared. A squared times 3 squared.
I done been kicked facing eviction.
Divided by the square root of 9.
Yeah, I don't think the judge is
my groceries are $150.
Yeah, but see, so here's the thing, right? Like in order to become a lawyer, I had to take these logic classes, and logic is math with words, which I was also pretty horrible at, actually. Because math is not the way my brain works. I'm a visual person. I'm like a verbal person.
Same.
I'm just not, I don't work like that.
With the Scorpios.
But I will say that when it came time for me to take the bar exam, a lot of those sort of like if A then B not C type stuff
was in there.
It's really it's the basis of arguments, right? Like. So I think there's some value there that maybe we don't really fully understand, but I'm not.
Maybe because you want to take the bar, but we ain't never needed to use it for.
Maybe when you're arguing, like
I do a lot of coding and stuff for websites, so
that's sort of similar. It's like
you don't got to cross, multiply, and divide though.
but you know what? I don't. But it could be like he said. It could be the concept of A
it depends
squared
on what you gonna
times
be
B squared equals C squared.
It'll just make your memory work.
I would much rather people know how to set up a business, account for their money, and pay their taxes all day long. So this is a huge step in the right direction.
But math ain't even the same now because they be put these problems on Facebook and you try to figure them out and they tell you do it wrong and I break it down the way I was taught.
With the parentheses?
And they said it was wrong. Google even says it's wrong.
I think they do that just to get comments. Like they say it's wrong because I've done those before and I've been like, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
When have you ever used that and your light bill was about to be due and you was like, if you know this answer, your bill is gonna be paid. So with survival, it depends on what you're trying to do.
Jason said he uses it all the time.
And what? On what?
Well, look, I figure out distances and time.
I'm not taking the case of defending algebra and like complex math.
I used to use it driving on the road. I'm like, if I go 60 miles an hour and I gotta go 800 miles, I can take a break here. You kind of do.
Well, anyway,
some formulas, at least you know the formula to try to figure it out.
Yeah, for all the
listen, you just need to know how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply your money. The basics.
For all the complaints I have against the government day in day out, I give Ohio a lot of credit for finally passing a law that requires people to have financial literacy in public schools. It's a huge
drop a bomb.
I was about to say, boom bomb.
Give them
if you're from the 419,
credit where it's due, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about giving credit where it's not due.
I guess.
Here's credit where it's not due. Seneca County, Ohio. Where is Seneca County? Middle of nowhere.
I don't know. Finley or Foster? I
don't know. Probably.
Finley is Hancock.
Well, anyways, there was a judge there by the name of Mark Rapp. And he recently just got suspended for 1 year from being a judge or practicing law. And this actually goes back to that conversation we were having earlier a couple weeks back about that judge in, I think it was Georgia or something. And we're talking about how do we hold judges accountable for abusing their power, right? Well, this is a great example of this in Ohio, close to home. So Judge Mark Repp is this judge in Seneca County. He is overseeing a criminal case, and the girlfriend of the defendant comes in to watch, to be supportive, I assume. And the judge addresses that girlfriend, who has no criminal charges at all or no even suggestion that she was involved in anything. And he basically says to her, I want you to take a drug test, and then I also want you to take a pregnancy test when you go. He didn't say I want you to take a pregnancy test, but as a result of her being pulled into custody, she had to take a pregnancy test. He pulled her into custody when she refused to take a drug test. He called her a drug addict during the hearing, and then ordered her to take a drug test. She said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm a free citizen. I'm here just to watch this public process." She said she wasn't on drugs. The judge then sentenced her to 10 days in jail. And then when she was taken into jail, she had to subject herself to a pregnancy test, all sorts of other testing. She was released a day later, and the Ohio Supreme Court finally said, enough is enough. That's way too far. You're suspended. You're off the bench. So that's good news for accountability. I think it's really important to send messages to people in power like that, that you just can't do whatever you want.
She was just sitting there like, what?
That's the story. Alexandria Orta is her name. She was there to observe her boyfriend's case. And he said you're a drug addict and you go take a drug test. And she said, I'm not doing that.
Only Judge Matheson called people crackheads.
What's that?
Only Judge Matheson called people drug addicts and crackheads. Nobody else.
So can she sue?
Right. That's
okay. So this gets really messy. Generally speaking, judges are completely immune from any lawsuits because in our system, we want judges to be able to sort of exert their authority without fear that they're going to get sued. And so mostly the state of Ohio has said that judges and prosecutors too are mostly immune from all lawsuits. Judges first. Now, I don't know in this situation. It seems to me like this is such a reckless situation that I'd sue him personally.
Yeah.
Take a stab at it. There's got to be a line somewhere. And I think that, again, people who put robes on often think that they are above the law. That is just fundamentally untrue. This shows it. This is a beautiful result. And I think we could do a lot more than just suspending his license.
So if she can't sue the judge, can she sue Seneca County courts?
So maybe this is like this. So this goes back to like old England before our country was even founded. You couldn't sue the king unless the king told you could sue him. So now we have this concept called sovereign immunity. We've seen it play out with a lot of these shootings that happen with people, where you can't sue the government unless the government allows you to sue them. And the government only allows you to sue them for very specific things. And I don't know about this one, but I'd take this one. Why not? I think it's an important principle to stand on.
Right.
That judges are not, they're just people in robes. I used to work for judges, right? And like at first I was terrified. I'd go in there, my heart would be beating, I didn't know what to say. And then over like a year or two, I just started realizing like these are just people in robes. Like they're fallible, they make mistakes, so it's a person in a robe who did something really bad and should probably be more consequence than what happened.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So anyways, what else we got here? Let's talk about a local issue here. This could affect 600 jobs locally. So ProMedica, obviously biggest healthcare provider in our area, they own an insurance company as well, health insurance company called Paramount. And that has gotten them sued before, though unsuccessfully, because people think that it's one hand in one pocket, another hand in another, right? They're paying their own bills in some circumstances.
A monopoly.
But anyways, one of their biggest businesses was Medicaid. So they were getting state money to basically provide services to people throughout our area. And more recently, there was a bidding process that was put in place in Ohio where all the companies that wanted to be Medicare providers had to go to the state and say, here's my qualifications and here's why you should give me this job, whatever. Paramount was the only health insurance company in Ohio, as I understand it, that even put a bid in. There was like a bunch of other ones from other states, and Paramount lost the bid. And it's resulting in, I think, there was a total of $22 billion over a 5-year period of time that was at stake here. So this is massive. And if Paramount loses this ability to bill for Medicare services, they're gonna lose so much money, and they're gonna have to cut probably up to 600 jobs. So they're fighting this thing right now in court. Recently, they were just delivered a blow by the judge saying that look, this there's nothing in this process that was unfair to you. Like they were trying to say, hey, look, we were treated very unfairly, in part because we blew the whistle some years ago and ended up making the state pay us a whole bunch more money, and this is sort of retaliation for that. But it's not getting a lot of traction, so I don't know what's going to end up happening with this. But if it doesn't end up getting overturned and Paramount and ProMedica don't get these contracts, there's going to be a big effect on our local economy. Huge. I think they're probably our single biggest employer between Paramount and ProMedica. So
wow.
Won't be no more Paramount Advantage.
Yeah, I think that's the Medicare one, right?
Yeah.
That's right. So your Paramount Advantage won't exist anymore.
Dang.
And everybody that was on Paramount Advantage would have to just go to, whatever the other companies that got it.
Buckeye
Health Plan.
Buckeye Health Plan?
Yeah.
So
Dang, I've been with Paramount too.
it's going to affect a lot of people, not just in their jobs, but also just in like
medical,
who they're gonna have as their insurer. So it's a fight that's going on.
Change doctors and networks, huh?
Yeah, and a lot of this comes down to like, why do we have private companies in the middle of this anyways? Like all these private companies are just fighting over government money to repay this. So like they're just sort of latching on to the government anyways. And
that's
is
why
like
healthcare should be free.
I don't disagree with you. I don't know. Like
that's why.
I just think that having the profit motive in health decisions is just a bad idea. Like, does this make sense for me to make money off your healthcare? I don't know about that, but
that's crazy.
Yeah. And we see like the other side of this all the time. Like as personal injury attorneys, we look through medical records and medical bills every single day. And so many times we will see like MRI, $1,500, but then the insurance company pays like $600. And then we can pay $300 back when we get the money from the car insurance settlement or personal injury settlement. So it's all fake anyways. Mm-hmm. If you're telling me that it's $1,500, then why is it not $1,500? Like, why are you billing it that way? Mm-hmm. It just seems strange to me. Don't make a whole lot of sense, but anyways.
That's how they do it. It's about the money.
They want to keep us confused.
Erica says Judge Joe Brown also can take some liberties.
Joe Brown will call you stupid. You're just stupid.
I think there's a difference between saying like your opinion like that and then like making somebody do something so invasive. Like, what basis do you have to make me take a drug test?
And she wasn't even member of the public. She wasn't even there to get called up to the scene or nothing.
Right. I'm sure this was some guy who's been in front of this judge a few times.
For sure.
And he was just mad at him and took it out on her.
But that's
still I know it's unfair,
That's crazy.
That's not what a judge is supposed to do.
No. He's supposed to be
fair.
Fair, yeah.
That's it. Unbiased and fair. Mm-hmm. Just like even as a right?
A lot of the judges, they put their emotions into the cases when they shouldn't.
It's a bad idea. Yeah. And the other thing about it is that judicial elections, when like we're voting on judges, the judges can't really express what their personal opinions are during that process. So we mostly just don't even really know what they think.
You never see any commercials or anything for judges. It's just their sign out.
And if you do, it's like, I've been practicing for 10 years. And
they don't ever get too in deep with it.
Yeah.
No. So like, I think as time goes on, people are going to be more like, there's going to be so much more of their life that's on the internet that they're not going to be able to hide from their personal opinions. Like if I ever run for judge, just bring up the tape, guys. I've been here every week saying what I think. I'm done.
It's a wrap.
No, I try to always be fair, right?
Right.
Even.
Yeah.
See both sides.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's it. That's all I got.
All right.
That was good.
Any questions in the comments?
Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, we might.
Let's call in and ask a question.
Legal questions.
If not, we can move on.
Anybody want to know about that PPP fraud letter they got?
Damn, they sending them out already?
I don't know.
There have been charges for people for PPP fraud plenty of times. Some of the biggest headlines during the pandemic was like people buying Ferraris and Lamborghinis with their PPP money. Like that was like the stuff that really caught attention. I'm sure there'll be another wave of that once they figure it all out.
That's crazy.
Well, Jason said he's calling in with a question. We don't hear the phone ringing.
I don't know why it's not ringing on the computer.
What, someone's trying to call? Someone's trying to call in?
He ain't called in yet. He ain't dialed the number yet. Let's see.
Oh, he dialed it.
Dead air.
Give us a call back, Jason.
Try it again.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. Now it's ringing.
419, you on the line? Is this Jason?
What's up, Jason?
Jason.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
So I got a question.
What's your question?
So you know how like FedEx is like I don't know if you do know this, but it's like contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know you'll have like a certain amount of routes for each contractor.
Mm-hmm.
And so the contractor that I worked for before, when I first started, they went out of business, and we were getting paid weekly, and it was $120 a day, and I worked 5 days. They paid me $65. So, is there a way to go after them because they are no longer?
Yeah. Okay. So
let me take this one, Dennis.
Yeah.
You may want to use that formula. We talk about use that algebra.
A squared plus B squared. Look, whenever somebody comes to me and they ask me, "Hey, can I sue somebody?" The answer is usually yes, you can, but is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is there anything at the end of that road that we're going to get? You got to remember that lawsuits are, number one, expensive, number two, very time consuming, and whether or not you're going to actually end up seeing anything is a huge component of whether or not we would ever suggest suing somebody. So in a situation where like a company goes under like this, I think the first step is try to figure out if they got any assets. So like, do they own any property? Do they have any money? Usually when someone goes under like this, they don't have anything anyways. So you got to also be aware of bankruptcy. Once judgments pile up big enough, so let's say every employee that is owed money all sues them, and now all of a sudden they owe hundreds of thousands of dollars, they can just go ahead and pull the parachute and declare bankruptcy, and they're mostly out of the situation.
What?
So you got to always kind of counterbalance that with how much effort, time, and money am I going to spend versus what am I going to get on the other end. It's just a cost-benefit analysis. But at the numbers that you're telling me, I'm going to have to go to Clyde on his work for the algebra, but I'm assuming that the numbers are not going to. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Now, I will say this. In this instance that you're talking about, there could be so many people that are affected that you might have like a class action or enough claims where it justifies trying to go after them. But, you know, it's tough. Just because you can sue someone doesn't mean you should.
Right. I don't even think they had that many. They had probably like 50, if that, employees. So, and I don't think they screwed everybody over. I just know that they for sure didn't like me. But I know I'm not the only one that got screwed over, but I know that everybody didn't get screwed over too. So
yeah, well,
I don't know, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, that's always the tough one to come to. It's like people come to me all the time. They're understandably upset. Somebody did something they shouldn't have done, and it's not like you can't sue them. It's just it makes sense to do it. And this seems like one of those situations. I don't know. You can only answer that question for yourself, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze not to say that. Just because, I mean, okay, $120 a day times 5, you know?
Well, yeah, let me give you one other piece of advice. For that amount of money, you can go to small claims court at the municipal court. No lawyers involved, cheaper processing fees, cheaper filing fees, just like and I mean, look, this isn't that complicated of a situation. Sometimes small claims lends itself really well to just a straightforward situation. I work, they owe me money, give me my money. You know, you don't need to complicate it too much. So maybe try small claims.
Yeah, I might try something, but I don't know.
All right, man.
Good question, Jason.
I was just curious, just because.
Thanks for calling,
man.
Thanks
you don't want nobody doing you all stupid like that. You want to be able to at least tell them, hey, you was trying to fuck me over, and try to give them some kind of consequence.
So is that what it's about? You really want to tell them off?
What happened?
I said, is that what it's about? You really want to tell them off?
He want that and the money.
Oh, okay.
It's principle to a certain extent. I get you.
Principalities, man.
But I always say
it's my money. I work.
He want it now.
He wants it now, right?
It ain't easy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I don't know.
Look, everybody that comes to me is aggrieved in some way and is on principle that this person messed up, hurt me, took money from me, whatever it might be. And when people tell me that, I always say, I agree with that principle, but how much principle do you want to spend? That's it, really. How much energy do you want to put into it? Like
principle times rate times time.
There you go. So yeah, A squared, B squared, divided by time, quotient.
He said quotient.
All right, Jason, thanks for calling in.
Thanks, man.
Bye, Jason.
Have a good day.
Yeah, no problem. Bye, Shae.
He didn't say bye to you, Clyde.
He didn't at all.
I tried to wait. I tried to wait a second. But this has been a great segment. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah.
We'll be back. I got a question the other day. So when we come back, what's your worst dating experience?
Worst.
So if you got an experience you want to talk about, give us a call 877-419-1419. But we'll be right back. Shout out to our sponsors.
You gonna start it off?
Hotbox? No, I'm not.
Hotbox.
Mud City Entertainment.
Yep.
Grady New Psalmist Church.
Amen.
J. Rush Jennings. Sasha Denise. Umadop Lucas County.
Freedom.
Sawan and Sawan.
The champ is here.
The Social Butterfly.
Hey, Miss Carter.
Oh, Henry's Kitchen on Wheels.
Rolling.
Little Tots Transportation.
Skirt, skirt.
Beep, beep.
And A Servant's Heart.
Is there a heart in the house tonight?
Ooh.
Stand up. Let us know that you're home.
I didn't see that one coming.
Then it's like, I'm about to pay for the upgraded version.
How much does the singing cost?
If you would like to become a sponsor of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise at the419grind.com and you can become a sponsor of our show.
How much does the singing version?
All right, we'll be back.
He said, damn.
That's that premium upgrade.
It's back to sports. Welcome to Win or Lose Sports Show, presented by the 419 Grind. Talking sports, hip-hop to pop culture. Available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard. It's kickoff time.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again. But is that a good thing? Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I know what's on your brain. You probably hope it never would end. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand? Well then, let me see you get high and go low. Now girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night, how far will you go? I wanna see you high and go low. Now girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night, how far will you go? I wanna see you. She like them boys with the big old chains, ride around town in the big old range. I knew it when I rock big old chains. Now the little nigga doing big old things. Would you look at that? I came back for it, just to get to you, like you asked for it. Man, that thing in them jeans too fat for it. Rebound, so I caught off the backboard. I told her, baby girl, come here. Know I run the town even when I ain't from there. And I brag hardly, but just to show up at this party I made with your nigga making one, yeah, that's unfair, but so is life. Take a chance, roll the dice. Money can't buy your love, cause it's overpriced. Don't overthink, just hope it's right. I'm only here for the night. Hey, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again. But is that a good thing? Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I know what's on your brain. You probably hope it never would end. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand? Well then, let me see you get high and go low. Now girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night, how far will you go? I wanna see you high and go low. Now girl, won't you drop that thing down to the floor? I'm here for one night, how far will you go? I wanna see you. Carolina blue kicks fresh on the scene. Hottest nigga on the block, damn girl, you mean? They be starting shit, but it's your world. On my Martin shit, you go, girl. She bad and she know it, some niggas save hoes. I'm not that heroic, could you be my escort? Cause just like them two-door fours, damn, they don't make them like you no more. Cold world, real cold world. Them boys cool, me I'm on fire. Know what's on my mind, tryna see what's on yours tonight. Tonight, move slow, but you wanna live fast. Up late, so you'll probably skip class. Life is a test, so before the night pass, get right, get right. Hey, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again, but is that a good thing? Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I know what's on your brain. You probably hope it never would end. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand?
tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Or is it just a hit and run? Well, hey, straight up, I tell you, I just really wanna cut when we together. Come here, girl, let's get it on. Hey, straight up, now tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Or is it just a hit and run? Well, straight up, I tell you, I just really wanna cut when we together. Come here, girl, let's get it on.
I want to see you work out for me. Work out.
They wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story, shit was different with me. God's plan, God's plan. I hold back, sometimes I won't, yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't, hey, no. I finesse down Western Road, hey, next. Might go down to G.O.D., yeah, wait. I go hard on Southside G, yeah, wait. I make sure that Northside E. And still bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah. Hey, hey. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mama, I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. 81, they'll bring the crashers to the party. And you know me, turn the 02 into the 03, dawg. Without 40 Ollie, there be no me. Imagine if I never met the broskies. God's plan, God's plan. I can't do this on my own, hey, no, hey. Someone watching this shit close, yup, close. I've been me since Scarlet Road, hey, Might go down as G.O.D., yup, wait. I go hard on Southside G, hey, wait. I make sure that Northside E, yeah. And still bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wishing and wishing and wishing and wishing they wishing on me. Yeah, yeah. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wishing on me. Yeah.
It sounds so good to me. You gotta get on up, hey, hey, hey. You gotta get on up now. Say it again, Joe, to see. Get on up. Oh, gotta tattooed.
Negative is not the move.
419 The Grind.
You can't sit down. Hey, get on up, your little ugly ass. Get on up, little ugly ass, little boy.
I know it's a midweek. Y'all need a little extra pickup because if y'all like me, I'm a little sleepy. But if you just move your little shoulders, get a little burst of energy. Come on, y'all. We in this together. We all tired. But we got work to do, y'all.
You can't sit down.
Gotta keep grinding.
You can't sit down.
Keep grinding. Keep grinding. You got this. You got this.
Put your hands in the air.
You gotta endure, huh, J. Cool?
Yeah. So welcome back to the Rise and Grind Morning Show with Shae K, Clyde Green, and Jay. I just used my radio voice there.
I like that.
You can't sit down.
My voice going through a little.
Get on up.
Clear.
Body armor.
We do like this.
Nope, I ain't got it today. It's the weather changing. Got it. See, I don't even like how it is.
You might have to tilt like all the way there.
No, it's the weather. It don't matter how far the hell I tilt. I just listen. I just know my voice.
This don't matter either.
Nope.
No pinch.
That's how my voice do. I know how it do.
Yeah. As long as you know.
You know how when people be in their car and their gas light is on and they always be like, I know my gas station.
Yeah.
I know my voice. I can't give it to you today.
Okay. Well, sometimes sometimes you don't know your own car. Because you run out of gas in the middle of the drive-thru. McDonald's drive-thru.
You think you know, but you never really know your own car.
Yeah. So speaking of experience.
Oh, shit.
Shae.
Can't start with me.
Shae.
Can't start with me.
What is your worst dating experience? Or what's the worst date you ever been on?
Can't start with me.
Why not?
Because I really can't.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
No.
Ladies first.
Whoever came with the topic go first.
Nah, because I'm asking y'all the question.
I don't have one.
You do have a bad dating experience.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. You got one?
Do I?
Let me hear yours.
I'm trying.
Not the Chicago story.
You trying to think of which one?
Yeah.
Don't give us that one again. We already heard
Chicago
that.
story.
Yeah, give us a different.
They didn't hear that.
But I don't want to hear that. We talked about it on the show.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, about the Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk. Okay, I went on a date one time, right?
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like we were dating. We went on a date.
Okay,
a date. Okay.
I think we went to Sakura or whatever, and got some. I like. He took me. Oh wow!
After 1 week.
She said he went. He took me ring shopping after 1 week of dating.
He thought you was the one,
right? At least you had somebody take you ring shopping.
He knew what he wanted.
That's a little creepish.
He knew what he wanted.
A little creepish.
I would have knew a ring I wanted too.
Like you didn't just say no. Let's slow down. Nothing. You just instantly laughed like, geez.
Look, I said my response for that type of stuff now is at least you got somebody to do that. And we was talking about something, and they was like, "Girl, her eye got dotted." And it was like, it's always that friend that be like, "At least you got a man." So I was saying it all the time. At least you got a man that took you ring shopping. I done had kids with niggas and ain't got taking ring shopping.
No, I think you just didn't know what you wanted, Johnny. That person talking about man. She like, shit, let's go get the ring right now.
See? Right.
Did he have
she must ain't got no mano up like me.
No, that's creepy to me.
After a week,
just because y'all go shopping, he might want to know your ring. That didn't mean he was gonna actually buy it and propose to you now.
You don't think so?
No. He might have just been doing this for flexing.
After she said, ding, here's your receipt, sir. He would have got on his knees.
For flexing. He probably was just flexing.
He probably, and that's creepy.
That's
if you're doing that for flex. Oh, did I miss a phone call?
Oh, somebody calling.
If you do that for flex, if you do that for flex, you that's creepy. Why did the music stop? Okay.
I don't know. We gotta talk amongst ourselves.
No, you get. But okay, let me say my dating experience. Okay, so y'all probably won't think this is bad, but it was.
I was trying to read Jason. What the heck?
So it wasn't an engagement ring.
So okay, we went to Sakura and we had a nice dinner or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this is like I'm working at Jeep, so I had to get up at 4:00 in the morning. So we get done with dinner about 9:30, whatever. Okay, so I go to drop her off at home, and so she starts talking in the car, like talking. So I said, I'm trying to respond like, yeah, that's cool, like. giving her responses, and then trying to lead to the point of
what you about to do.
I had to I got to get up in the morning at 4:00 in the morning. Now it's like 11 o'clock. So at this point, I'm dozing off in the car and trying to listen to her. I'm trying to be nice and listen to her at the same time. And she's still talking about herself, talking. And I'm like dozing off, like, cause I'm sleepy. Like, I gotta be up at 4:00 in the morning. I need my sleep because I gotta, get up and do.
That's
some
selfish.
For me,
for her.
But she's still talking.
Did she know you had to go to work?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like she knew, and she knew where I worked.
So
and
was
she knew what time.
was she telling you something that was like personal, a problem? Like, what was she talking about? Just
you know what? I don't even remember what she was talking about. But she was talking about herself, and yeah, I think it was some personal problems, probably about her ex or whatever.
On the first date?
Yeah. So she just kept talking.
So you never cut it off?
Yes, I did cut it off.
After 2 hours?
I was trying to be nice.
What you say? How'd you cut it off?
I said, listen, I have to go to bed. Like, I'm sitting here falling asleep. Oh, you falling asleep? So that if you didn't know I was falling asleep, you wasn't paying attention to me at all.
Was the lights out? It was kind of dark in the car?
It was dark, yeah. It was 9 o'clock. Oh, the lights in the car was on, yeah.
Oh, the lights in the car. Okay, I was about to say, maybe that's why she didn't see you.
No.
And you had the car running?
The car was running.
Burning your gas?
You was running the car.
Well, I turned it off. I think I turned it off at some point.
Oh, now see, that's where you messed up at. Once you turned it off, you sound like you was engaged.
Yeah.
You should have never. Yes. Once you cut the engine off.
No, but I think we parked. I turned the car off just so we could sit and talk.
Oh.
No, it's not because I'm sitting and talk to you and.
You open that window.
I ain't sitting in no car. We gonna go in your house and talk.
No, I don't want to do that because I want to.
Before you turn the car off, you should have said, "All right, all I got is 5 minutes. This is so good.
I probably did say that. Give me
next
a half hour. I said I probably got about a half hour.
Up with a half
no, it's a half
you
hour.
You give us women to talk a half an hour. We taking an hour.
No, you don't do that. You got to be considerate.
We give y'all an inch and y'all take a mile. Sometimes
I don't take it. If you give me an inch, I'm gonna give you a centimeter. So
that sound good. that sound good.
No,
that sounds good.
I would have went to sleep.
You just went to sleep and then.
Now she was talking. Let you sleep over there. Nope. I do that all the time.
Yeah, I am asleep, and I need to go home so I can get some rest. So I can go to work in the morning.
So was that over?
Yeah, that was over.
No day two.
No day two. No second date. Because I felt that she was inconsiderate of my time. Very selfish.
Very selfish.
Was I wrong? Shae, was I wrong?
I'm reading Jen. She said, I met somebody for coffee. When he showed up, he was a hot mess, shirt unbuckled, crooked, t-shirt dirty, and then he told me he was not working and he was living in his parents' basement. What the F? When I read the first part, that gave me Betty. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't Betty. What was that?
John.
John.
Dirty John.
Dirty John.
Yep. No, that wasn't Dirty John.
That was Dirty John.
Was it Dirty John? That was the first one.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
He was honest.
He's honest. Yeah, that's the truth.
It's true.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. I don't know.
I've been embarrassed though, showing up in public looking a hot mess.
Was he able to buy his own coffee? That's the real problem.
Shae.
Oh, what did it say?
Well, just
I had one where I went to this girl's house, and as soon as I got there, she was like, "You ain't 6 foot," and the rest of the date was awkward. And I told her I didn't like her anymore.
What?
Y'all Common Brothers, man. Y'all are silly.
Why did she say that?
Because he wasn't. That must have been when she wrote down. I got that a height
but
requirement.
Jason is Jason 6 feet?
I do got a height requirement written down on my book.
Maybe he wasn't 6 feet at that point.
How tall are you?
He don't look 6 feet.
He don't look 6 feet. What do you look?
Oh.
How tall are you, Jason? Because I wrote that down too in my book.
What, the height?
Yeah.
Was it like 5'7"?
No, I like 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, see, that's what happened with me.
And she was short. Why wouldn't she care? Why would she care?
I don't like short people either. I gave a short person a chance, and I didn't like
Jason's
him.
not short.
Yeah, he's not. But he was saying she's short, and I was saying, yeah, I'm short, and I like tall people
I'll
too.
check this one out. DJ Impress say, I met someone for a first date. Then she followed me home without me knowing and watched my house for an hour to see if I was having company because I told her I had to leave. Then called me and asked me if she could come in. No.
What?
Stay far away from me.
Damn.
Why would she follow you home and then ask, could she come in?
She was impressed by DJ Impress. He's impressive. Follow him home.
He probably said no.
That is crazy.
So she must have told you she was outside and then.
No.
Right. That's crazy. That's even creepier.
Hey, Impress, I'm outside.
You tell him on yourself. Like, you follow him, then you tell him you was out there.
I see you're not having
Hey, yeah,
company.
I'm outside. So,
I just pulled
okay.
up.
Somebody said read mine again. Oh, Brittany Michael.
Oh.
Okay.
I dated someone that took me to a restaurant and didn't have enough money to pay for our meals, and they talked way too much about themselves.
See?
Yeah.
Brittany?
See, Jen, at least he can afford his coffee.
Oh, did she say he could afford? Well, that's it. Coffee. And Brittany said meals, so she might have
And he
extra
wa-
large and
and
added
he talked
drink.
way too much about himself.
What restaurant was y'all at, Brittany?
Yeah, that makes a difference.
yeah.
Don't nobody want to hear you just talk about yourself.
No, at all.
I don't
I'ma
even
ask
like
questions.
talking about myself.
All right, I'm gonna ask
I like
questions.
to engage in questions you answer.
No, we on a date and I'm eating. You can talk all you want. Run your mouth. Move past that Alfredo over here. I don't got nothing to say.
Okay, Tanya got an. Oh, what? John? Oh, he said that's Marvin from Players Club.
I'm cracking up. But Brittany said they went to Chili's.
See, that's not even expensive
2
at
for
all.
20, man.
Right.
We could have sacrificed the AP for that.
Tanya said she dated a guy when he came over to visit me. Told me that he doesn't sit on anything leather.
Butt leather.
Butt leather. Oh shit.
Bougie, he bad
Told
and
him to
bougie.
go sit in this truck on the way home. He apologized, but no, he was bougie.
Oh,
damn.
That's crazy.
Said he don't sit on nothing but
Butt
leather.
leather. Whoa.
What kind of jeans did he have on?
I don't think he had on jeans.
Probably shorts. Huh?
No, he
What?
probably had on some slacks.
Slacks.
If he didn't want to.
If he was bougie, yeah, he had to have
I would have thought he had on some leather pants.
Probably some corduroy.
velvet pants.
Some velvet corduroy pants.
He said, yes, she told me she had been sitting outside for an hour.
Damn, she told you that too?
Right, she wanted to kill you.
She wanted to let you know what you was getting into.
Yeah, that's like Dirty Betty.
You was able to shake her after that one date? Did she just go along and just was like, okay, fine, after you didn't call her? Like, how did you get rid of her?
Oh, he had linen on.
She said some expensive clothes.
Yeah, he had linen on, Tanya. Where you meet him at? The golf club?
Sawan.
You met him at Inverness, the Houston golf course.
See, I want somebody with some money, but not with somebody that's got some money like that.
Not the bouge.
Yeah, not like that.
They can have money and not be bougie at all.
Yeah, still be humble, still be like having fun. And I only sit on leather. Yeah. And I thought I was bougie saying I only like my deli meat cut behind the deli.
That is bougie.
That's not bougie.
But that's better than that packaged meat.
Yeah.
And that's something that I can go pick. You telling me you don't like my furniture? I only sit on. Well, buy me another couch then. Like, how you gonna tell me?
Come over here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, he was in Detroit. Oh, you had you one of them.
Who said that, Tanya?
Mhm.
Oh, Detroit? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Red flags.
People had leather couches on their porch. Detroit. So I had a date. I had a dating experience.
You didn't go yet. Shae, you didn't go. You next.
I don't have one.
I think I told y'all about this one off the air. But I went out with a friend and we went to a bar, actually after hour, and one of her exes was a security at the hour. So and he was drunk and belligerent because after hour, so he been drinking all night.
Wait, I'm sorry. He said no sweat my pants. What the fuck? I've been like,
You gonna sit on that leather, you gonna be sweating.
What?
You
Why
look
would he
like
say
a damn
that?
pet. That's what I would have said. Like, what's saying that?
Because he like Urkel.
No sweat my pet. Like, that's weird. I'm sorry. Go ahead about your after hours
Right.
story.
So anyway, before I was cut off,
Oh, he couldn't wait to say that.
you know that I had to get you back.
Okay, well.
Okay, so he was at the after hour, so they got to talking. And like we didn't consider ourselves together. It was a date. Now it was her ex, her friend. So go ahead, talk to her. That's what you want to do. You know, cool. I ordered me some chicken, had a drink or whatever, and then we was leaving. And as we was leaving, she came to the car, and I knew something wasn't settled with her. She was uneasy. So you know, me being a caring guy, is there a problem? And she was like, he's kind of drunk, and I just think I need to make sure he gets home, so I'm going to leave with him. Oh, okay. Well, have a good night. But, that was pretty messed up, and I explained to her that was messed up. She didn't think it was messed up.
Oh, you talked to her again?
Just talked to her about it, and she didn't think it was messed up, so I didn't figure that we would make it too far.
Wouldn't work it out.
Yeah.
Because, it was plenty of other options. Like, we could have took him home.
Both of y'all could have taken
right.
him home.
You know what I'm saying? I could
Oh,
have
you been willing to take him home?
Yeah, I mean, he's drunk, he need to get home safe.
She rode with you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Or she could have drove his vehicle. I could have followed her to drop him off at home, and then she left
You
him his
presented her
keys.
with those options?
No.
Oh.
Because she didn't seem like she wanted those options. She needed to make sure he got home like right away. I get it.
Is that her kid's father?
No.
Just the guy that she dated?
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad experience. Ain't it? Yeah.
Pretty bad.
That is messed up. Yes, it is. Sure.
Damn.
Shae?
You asked, Jesse.
Yeah.
You asked.
I don't have any.
There's not a guy who took you out and didn't treat you good, or couldn't pay for dinner.
No, that would be so embarrassing.
So you gonna have some dating stories if you want somebody to be on that mantle.
That's crazy. But you gotta think, I got in a relationship, right? And after having Shania at 19, I was with the same person my whole 20s, and then Ace died. So I kind of been. This is the longest I've been single my whole life, 4 years, and I ain't had a bad date. Like,
what about the worst pickup line you ever heard? I know somebody tried to get at you. You like,
I can't even keep up with those because I just be like tune out certain stuff, and when they people talking, and I'll be looking, I'm not even listening. But no.
Well, go on a date and have a bad experience.
They go bad on just not talking. Like, okay, this ain't going, it ain't working. But no,
I mean, you can be intimidating sometimes to talk to, Shae.
Why?
I don't know.
She's intimidating
sometimes.
Is she?
Yeah.
I've heard that before, but why though? On a date?
Let me see.
That's intimidating right there. The whole look you just did do it again.
But why would I do that to him? I'm doing it to you.
Because you say he might say something stupid or something you think is stupid. You be like,
maybe that's why we stopped talking.
Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe I'm the problem.
You can get vicious. I'm telling you.
Jason said Shae K so pretty she don't have bad dates.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, no, but I'm saying like we had not talk over communication. But over the time, like I said, I've been single for 4 years. I probably dated like 3 different people. Each time we go on dates, we have good times. That's where it just be like, okay, well, why the phone conversation is dry? Yeah. But when we go out, I'm a fun person regardless. So if I'm already picking the place where we going. Like we went to places like
maybe you're not fun on
Axe
the phone.
419. We went to play pool, go eat.
He said maybe you're not having good phone conversations.
Oh, who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. Shae has good conversations.
I was about to say we have. I feel like I'm a good conversationalist person, but I get tired of asking all the questions.
To me,
so it seems like you date a lot of listeners, not talking.
No, they don't know how to. They don't know how to communicate.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I'm still trying to fucking figure it out. To be honest.
Brittany said you is intimidating a little bit.
I know.
She know what she acting like she's stupid.
I know, but not on the first dates. Like, you got to know. She know me because my son is her nephew, so she's seen me in rare form cussing the baby daddy out. So that's different.
That's not rare form.
That is rare. That is rare form for me because I don't come on here just cussing people out.
So you don't come on the mic just cussing people out.
Right.
Rare,
so that's rare form outside of here.
You cuss me out like every day. It ain't rare.
We're talking about in the dating world.
Oh, okay.
Sir.
All right.
Well, Tanya got one more.
She said, Battle got one too. I want to read it.
She said one guy gave me a look when I ordered a Budweiser in a bottle and wings. Told him if you're looking for wine and salad, ordering woman, you got me confused. Then I proceeded to tear my wings
See,
up.
that's one thing too. I'm gonna be myself. I'm eating, I'm smashing.
Yeah,
like,
I would rather have that though. I don't want no salad eating. Order a steak and some wings and some.
And I going out on a date with a woman act like she don't want to eat. You better eat.
And I want 2 margaritas.
You don't want no appetizer? I'm gonna appetizer.
I'll be ordering stuff just so I can take home for the kids.
Right.
Yeah, I order stuff all the time.
Dessert.
Okay, Dewan got. What did he say?
I picked a lady up for a date the other day, and she was musty as hell. It was 30 degrees outside.
He just made that up.
Yeah, you had to. It's only been 30 degrees.
We ain't even got a 30-degree day yet.
Where y'all was going? Breakfast?
He talking about last winter. He talking about last winter. Because you be at work in the morning. It wasn't no 30 degrees. And I do the damn weather every damn day now. You almost had us fooled.
They was going to the Waffle House at like 3 in the morning. That nice brisk cold 30 degrees there. She probably just got up out of nightgown top on still.
That's why he laughing, because he made that shit up.
30 degrees.
She did cold must. That's the worst must too. Yeah, because it got like a little frost behind it.
A little frost.
Oh, man.
Well, that's why we going to set up that speed dating thing, huh? So I can experience worse dates.
You want to experience some bad dates?
No, I don't. But y'all looking at me crazy like, now y'all just trying to call me intimidating.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say you're not intimidating at all. You won't scare me, Shae. I don't know what you're talking about.
That ain't the man up. That don't make any sense.
No, but it don't make sense that you haven't, because when you talk about your kids and all that, you haven't been in the dating world long. So
yeah, that's why.
It makes sense. It's not, you can be intimidating, but you haven't been in the dating world long enough to use your intimidatingness on people. So when you get in the dating world, start using your intimidatingness on people.
I'm in the dating world.
But once it started working, then you have one of them bad days.
Once it started working?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Because you ain't using it right, apparently.
It's not working.
No,
we don't know because you're going to come in and be like, Jesse and Harold, let me tell y'all about this last night.
The last few people that I've dated, we've at least made it on 4 dates. So
Then
if it was
after
too
that, they
intimidating, it would just seem like you wouldn't get the date.
They could have been intimidated. That's why they stopped coming back around. Shae's you are a very strong woman, and that's what Scorpios are. And that's what I appreciate about women, Scorpio women. They are very strong.
But I don't want to be.
Maybe you had a 4-date limit.
I don't want to be strong all the time.
I know. You want somebody to, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Maybe he didn't get what he wanted after 4 dates, and it was a wrap.
You want somebody to be, somebody say, come on, Shae, let's
maybe
go.
because I feel like they just wasn't interested enough. I don't know. Maybe because I be feeling like, no, you need to kind of be more.
But why would they be interested in you?
Because of the phone conversations didn't work last. Because it'd be like, okay, why you ain't texting me?
What you be talking about?
What did you say on the phone?
What you be asking? What you be asking like?
So I ask more questions about them because I'm a question axer.
Right.
Look, I do this shit every day. I don't voluntarily just talk about myself.
Do you ask
and
questions?
I think that might be it too. They feel like I'm asking a lot of questions and they're like, we don't know much about. Well, ask. What do you want to know? Because I feel like either I might talk about something too much. Certain stuff you don't put on people right at the beginning. And I could be going through a lot of shit personally, and I feel like that's the only thing that I'm talking about. So I want to talk to you to just hear lighten up the mood or what your business ideas are, because shit, I'm going through hell for real, and that's too heavy for me to be putting on you right now.
You ask questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Sometimes. Because the last couple people were business people, so it was just like we're trying to ask about their business.
So do you ask somebody that who doesn't have a business? Like, what are your goals in the next 5 years?
I did with the first baby daddies, and I felt like their goals never came through. So
what kind of cereal you eat?
We asked that.
Who asked that?
That's what Shae said.
And what's your favorite color? I'm tired of asking what's your favorite color.
So you like Raisin Bran or Raisin Bran Crunch?
But I feel like that lighten up the mood. Like that's something funny to just talk about. Like, I don't want to talk about nothing serious, too heavy. I don't want to know about your issues right now. Let's just talk regular and have fun. And that's gonna take 2 people to keep engaging. I can't keep asking what's your favorite left sock, right sock color.
It's not you, it's them.
That's what I feel like. But then I get confused because they say you are what you attract. So I'm like, what is my problem? What am I attracting?
I don't believe that.
I would think that I'm attracting fun and light people too. And then it's obviously like,
because that could be what they're putting out.
I'm confused.
They don't give that to you.
But that's why I'm like, am I faking it? Like, why are they saying that you are what you attract? So I'm like, what am I attracting? I hear that all the time. I've never heard anybody say no.
I'm pretty sure you attract all different kinds.
I know.
All kinds
and I don't go on dates with just everybody.
What's up with Shae? What's up with Shae, man?
And when y'all say that, and I be like, dude, I got the most driest phone ever.
They scared. They intimidated to call you.
Even my DMs. You see how fire my pictures been looking lately? And it always be the ones that be like, come on, you know you ain't got no chance. The ones that be like, they ain't got a job or nothing. They be like,
and you got a strong voice though, so
fuck you.
Not strong. Like strong, like confident, and you know what you're talking about.
No, I don't.
But you don't. Yes, you do.
No,
you have a voice like that, so I'm talking to you like, man.
You have a very confident and strong voice.
And a smart woman can intimidate a man sometimes.
So I'm supposed to be dingy out here.
No,
I'm not
don't change it.
Don't change, no.
Because the right person is
going
to
accept that.
Yeah, and appreciate that. We giving Shae some hope, yo.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on, brothers.
You listen to DeJuan Battle, you know what to do?
If DeJuan Battle was serious, he would have called 877-419-1419
and that's what I'm saying.
and
people
said
do this shit for the show. Okay, he did all of that yesterday, and I don't hear nothing from him.
Well, you better quit playing with her feelings.
They do this on the show. People do it all the time. They do this just for the show. They be all over me in the comments when they come, and you don't hear people.
The only person that was real about it
was Bigger Man.
No,
but he's one of those. He's one of those.
He was
guys.
one of the ones to be like, "Now, why is you trying this?" That's what I'm saying. That's what I get. I will get the opposite. I get people that's just playing.
That's how you know you're intimidated because he got to figure out how to get to you. So he said,
and he made it even worse.
Yeah.
He
was trying too hard.
Made it even worse.
Take that down, Biggie Man. You got that, Biggie Man?
Boom, 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 boom.
Bone.
He tried to sing for Shae and everything. Oh,
On
my
the
God.
show.
Oh.
Why would y'all encourage that?
Because we
and why
trying to
do y'all
help
still
you.
bring him up? I don't want it.
If anything, Shae, it was very entertaining.
That's what I'm saying. People do this shit for jokes
Yeah,
and shit.
they do.
Like I don't got a whole mantle set up. This ain't fucking, I'm not playing with my damn love life.
She
got a mantle.
He said Jap did the same thing. You right.
Jap did this. Listen, Jap was even worse. Now y'all done brought him up. Now it was, I got you on a whole hairstyle and you sent the service and all that, and that's the last time I talked to him.
Really? He got you set up and all that stuff and didn't.
That's what I'm saying. People do this shit for shits and giggles. Do not be impressed about none of this shit.
I'm not putting on for the show, Shae.
Listen.
He hurt.
No, he really did. Now he's seen Jap since. When he been on the show?
He ain't been back.
Last thing he said, I'm gonna have my sister help me, and that's it. Your sister's still trying to help you 7 months later?
I don't know.
I had a guy, so I can get bad experience on people in my DMs.
Talk about it. Come on, we gotta
So I had
minutes.
another person too that was all interested in doing all this, and I'm talking about tea. You know, I'm sending my tea stuff and all that. And so we was talking, having small talk, and he was saying what he
before
did.
and afters and everything?
No, but we was just having small talk, whatever, about what he did and all this type of stuff. He was like, "Yeah, we have to discuss it over, to go out to eat." And so I'm like, "Okay, cool. When you want to go?" This was in April. I got a message that said, "Oh, my bad. I was busy. How about that date?" He sent this in April. He just sent it, my bad, in October.
Wow.
That's what I be talking about. So I get
What's April?
What's April?
4.
Yeah.
What's October 10? He probably had to do like 6 months at Striker. He was busy. He ready now. He out.
No,
Got back on his Facebook.
he was still making statuses in between there. You ain't about to just come
People
back
have
around.
phones in jail?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just tried to help him. You messed up, bro.
That's not. No, that ain't good enough for me.
6 months. My bad. He was going through this.
Stacey Reed, what's your worst dating experience? Who else is on here?
What she say? I need to take a course.
So all that comes out is
So
like
she
French
not-
fries.
Yeah,
You
because
like
she's not
French
good at
fries?
small talk.
Oh. French fries?
Like, you like French fries? I like fries. I like my fries from McDonald's. I like McDonald's fries
But
too.
see, that can kind of lead into something still. How many times
Yeah.
do we just wing shit and be like,
Right.
no, they wings better than this?
Yeah,
Like that
have
is
a
the
whole
type of
show
shit.
about wings.
And,
Yeah.
and it'll last.
You
That
get
is
lost in
enough-
conversation.
Get lost in
Everybody
conversation.
know
That's
to
the
get lost
type
in
of conversation
conversation.
that I like to have. Get lost in.
And then be
Don't
like, how
give
do we
it to,
start talking about
I don't want to be too
sauce
heavy
with
and I don't
fries?
want to get too serious. Like, don't fucking quiz me. I don't want to have no. Did you see articles that I know I'm not into that type of stuff, so I don't know. And then don't be too serious with the drama. Like, keep it light, keep it fun, keep it. Because I
And you don't
take
wanna
that
talk
into
about the-
existence, like you said, treat the person like it's your friend.
Right,
So I feel like
exactly.
that helps too. I feel like you liking the person already give too much pressure.
And you don't
on
want to
trying to
talk
figure
about
out
the show all day either.
that me either. And they'd be like, if you want to know what I talk about on the show, tune in.
I know.
Right,
I don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna tell
always
you-
talk
You know
about
what?
the game.
You're not about to get no
People say
behind
that
the
to you all the
scenes
time.
and
I be
all
like,
that.
this is the most I'm about to give you about the radio show. Like,
You know what? And that's one thing that really annoys me is when people, I'm trying to talk to somebody where we're talking and they want to ask about this.
I
the
told
show.
you the one guy was like, you're not acting like how you act on the show.
Right.
I'm not in that type of mood right now. Like, this is my job. I'm going to give you some jokes and laugh, but we're still getting to know
I hate
each
when
other,
people,
so.
and this ain't even just dating. I hate in general when people call or text me during the show.
Yeah.
Like, you know what time I'm on the air.
What
Like,
you doing?
Stop, please.
I'm
like,
on the
stop.
show.
Even if you mad at me, you be mad at 10:30.
I get people
What's
say,
my favorite flower? The one, I don't like flowers.
There you go.
She like
What do you like?
chocolates.
No, I like candles.
She like
Oh, she
Chick-fil-A
like
balls.
candles.
I love candles. I'd rather take candles over a flower any
There you
day.
go, candles. And
Flowers die too long.
Okay,
I mean, too fast.
Here's Stacey Reed. You want to read it?
Sure. I had a guy make a delivery before we went to the restaurant. Then talked about his ex the whole dinner. It was a whole therapy session.
See, that'd be a problem too.
What kind of delivery? Oh,
yeah. You gotta make a play. A play.
Oh, wow.
A stop. She had to make a stop.
Holla at my dude.
Now, hold on. Let's wait in the car real quick. Let me go take care of this.
If I ain't on in 10 minutes, just stay there.
Yeah,
If
see.
I'm not in 10 minutes, I'm learning.
And see, that's weird too. I'm not getting in the car with the people at the dates. I will meet you there.
Like, on the first date, I would suggest that we meet, and I'm gonna still pay for the whole date.
Yeah.
Just for you to feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they didn't have a car, would you send them an Uber to meet you?
No, if they didn't have a car, I'll probably say I would ask. Can I pick you up?
Right.
Yeah.
And even still, I'll give you a different location. Don't pick me up from
Yeah,
the
I
house.
can pick you up from the corner store or something.
Yeah. Don't come.
Call me when you get to the corner.
I think it's different dating in different type of aspects of life. Like as far as mothers with kids, we can't do the same thing as far as girls that ain't got kids. We can't date the same as guys. Like I think that's where I'm at. And a lot of people probably do be like, Shae this, Shae that, but I have a different type of schedule too. It's not like willy-nilly. You might see me post pictures and stuff, but that's still, I'm not out. People out every day. People got more flexibility every day. I don't have that. So I only got the weekends to give you, really, because the kids, after school, I don't really have the weekends. Weekdays, and then some people be busy on the weekends. So
well, as much as we talk about it and complain about it too, us as guys do judge women who allow us to come to their house too early and they have kids, or stay too late. Their kids got school in the morning. We look at it like, she ain't paying attention to her kids. What kind of attention she gonna give me? Or Or if she ain't ready for that, she can't handle that. How she gonna handle me? You know,
That's why I say it's different.
Yeah.
Everybody is different too in how they lives are set up. So that could play a major part too. So I don't know.
Dating is difficult when you have kids.
Yeah.
Like in the last 6 years, I think my daughter, my kids have met one person.
So then that means you got to find babysitters, and it's, you know.
Well, I don't have
different.
I don't do babysitters now.
Well, no, not for you, but I'm talking about for me.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you're basically saying about who they've been around. You don't bring your kids around everybody you date. So then you don't have no sitter. Then it's a wrap. I can't come this week. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It's a process. It's a job. It's just something to work toward. For real.
Well, speaking of work, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. There's a lot of women. Kids don't even bother them until they go on a date. Then they phone ringing off the hook.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
I've been at home all day. These kids ain't saying shit to me. As soon as I get out the house, they want to know where the ketchup at.
Yeah, but
where's ketchup at?
That definitely falls into play. A lot of stuff falls into play about certain things too. And we have, like me, I got kids with different guys. You know what I'm saying? And people judge you off that. And it's like I was in a relationship with my last two for years, so I don't know. It's different. And a lot of people are a lot more pickier these days. So I don't know.
Somebody got a question for you, Clyde, in the comments.
How do y'all feel about long distance?
I can't do it. I can't do long distance. I want to be able to see you.
That's difficult, yeah.
I got to be able to touch you when I want to touch you.
And especially the distance.
And then on top of I can't do that.
Well, it's not. It would just be like a friendship, or just like we dating, because you don't want to put no commitment to that. Like, I mean, you can commit to.
I wouldn't even consider it dating though.
Well, if I come in town, we go on a date. We date when I come in town or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but that ain't like, if I say I'm dating, I mean we actively, consistently dating. Not when you pop in and out of town. That's just
and
we
seeing
hanging
each
out.
other. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's hanging out.
Well, Jason said he can't reply to anybody. How does long distance dating go though? Is it just like we talk every day? I mean, because you got the technology to do it. You have video call. I don't want to be holding the phone all goddamn day. I have to.
But see, you gotta have some type of communication because you ain't gonna be seeing them.
The earbuds and everything, but
yeah,
it's just the point of it's a lot more work because you do have to communicate in a different way since you can't see that person face to face.
It's a hell of a fantasy though, because you think about that person a lot. I mean, being on the road talking with people. So it gives you a fantasy and a desire to want that person more, just because they're not at your reach. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can be so good long distance. But then when you get together, you're like, fuck you. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. That's just a lot of experience I had. Like, you know, you ain't act like this over the phone.
He said he would only do a long distance if it was local relationship first. I can see that. Now I've seen people that's been in a relationship want to move out of town to get the life started for everybody to go and something like that.
Well, shit, if you want to move out of town, I want to move out of town too.
Right. That's what we saying. If somebody go start get it together, start it. Yeah. Go get it together. Somebody get a job first or get established. Get it established first. You might have a job that's transferable. You can go right away. Somebody might have to stay back, get the kids all situated, you know, something like that.
Fuck that job. They got jobs in other city. Time to go.
It depends on if that person want to stay where they are.
I mean, as a man,
you got to find some type of compromise.
As a man, though, I'm not going to send my woman abroad to start getting set up.
But people have done that before because the woman might have had the job first and then they I've had my cousins.
She could be a nurse or something and
Yeah.
had to travel to a different city for better opportunity.
She picked out the house first and got the stuff situated while he handled closing the houses here. Sometimes work that ain't.
What time is doing that?
I was about to say,
but he back and forth with them.
Yeah, but so some people got to be back and forth. Maybe she might have had to go on times where he couldn't go. Vice versa.
You see how you said that? How you got back at me? I understand, but it was kind of intimidating. Ain't that what you?
Well, see, I ain't got time for that.
See?
Oh well.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You wasn't intimidated?
No.
She wasn't talking to you.
Well, I was still engaged in the conversation, but Stacy Reed said no long distance. I can't cuddle a laptop.
I know that's right.
Right.
Yeah, because that laptop will get hot and burn,
Or a
burn your
phone.
leg.
I done fell asleep on the video phone overnight.
Well, that was great. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with Shae K's.
Look how that one thing lasted
affirmation.
this whole time.
Yeah, because we had good conversation. We could have kept it
We
going.
could have got going until you got scared.
Who got scared?
You.
What I get scared of?
You was intimidated.
Oh, that's how I knew you lying. That wasn't that scary.
It sounded intimidating though.
I thought it was. I thought it
A
was.
little bit.
You just got lost. You forgot what I was even talking about.
You gonna start stuff. I ain't studying you stuff.
You started it.
Hey, what is it? Is it I ain't studying you, or I ain't studying you, or I ain't stunting you?
Studying, like studying.
Because on the caption, somebody said it in the movie, and it said studying.
Yeah.
And I said, is that
Studying.
the word?
That's what
I'm not studying you.
Yeah. I'm not paying attention to you. I ain't studying you.
Studying you.
That's the
But that's
that's
just
the
like-
country version of
That's
it.
a country accent.
Oh, because they ain't never sound like studying when my mom was
studying your math right now? You studying your math? Have you been studying your math? Yes.
Oh, so it's like saying studying real fast.
Yeah.
I ain't studying you. I ain't studying you.
Speaking of studying, shout out to our sponsors, Hotbox,
Hotbox.
Mud City Entertainment,
Yep.
Greater New Psalmist Church,
Amen.
J. Russ Jennings,
Uh-huh.
Sasha Denise,
Sasha,
Umadop Lucas County,
Freedom,
Sawan and Sawan,
the People's Champ.
The Social Butterfly,
Hey, Miss Carter.
Oh Henry's Kitchen on Wheels,
Rolling.
Little Tots Transportation,
Skirt, skirt.
beep beep, and A Servant's Heart.
Is there a heart in the house tonight?
Stand up.
If you would like to become a sponsor of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise
And grind.
at the419grind.com, and you can become a sponsor of our show.
Man, I'm crying.
We'll be right back. Shae's crying, y'all.
My name is Taylor, and I'm about to show you how to make a candle. Anyway, this is basically the setup. So if you were to come into a class, this is what this would look like. I would hand this to you, and you would pick out up to 2 scents that you want your candle to smell like. You get one of these. This is how much fragrance you're gonna put in the candle. You're gonna put the warning sticker on the bottom of your jars. Sorry. Right, super easy. None of this stuff has to be perfect. A lot of people think like everything has to be centered, and it doesn't. As long as it's, you know what I mean, like not sticking off the side of the jar, then you're fine. Before we pour the fragrance into the wax and all of that good stuff, you want to do that. Oh, and then you need to name your candle too. So. And we want to get it down between 155 and 145. I didn't put my gloves on, but that's okay. So this really long, skinny stick, we're just using it to stir. It stirs everything. It's gonna stir the wax now to try and cool it down. You want them to smell like whatever scent you want them to smell like. So this is the fragrance, this 1 ounce of fragrance. Yeah, so after you put the fragrance in the wax, then you're gonna stir it for like 3 to 5 minutes. In your pour pot, and that's totally okay. You don't want to overfill it because then when you go to light it, the wax is going to come out of the candle, and you don't want that either. That's like the perfect temperature because you can kind of see it like almost fogging up a little bit towards the bottom, which means that it's starting to set. Yeah, see, you can see it.
Is that third? You wouldn't be in my environment if your world was doing the greatest.
You ready?
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on. 419 The Grind.
All right, we're back. Blonde Battle, did you see that candle commercial?
Stop playing with me.
Just in case.
Stop
Just
playing.
in case.
Stop playing.
Yeah, so
Y'all
we're back.
too much.
Right into it. So right now it's time for affirmation with Shae on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Y'all know this is my favorite time of the day. I always like to leave y'all with something positive. So today's message is, it's time for change and to start fresh and to start something new. An old chapter is ending and you now have everything you need to create your dream life. Nothing is holding you back or keeping you stuck, as you literally are unstoppable right now. Change is in your power. Remain determined and hold your vision. The greatest rewards are headed your way.
Boom.
All right, some
And
new
I
chapters.
received that.
New chapters getting started, y'all.
Chapter.
Y'all ready for some new chapters?
I already got a name for it.
Got a name for what?
A new chapter.
Who? Wait, somebody say what?
DV said, I already got a name for it.
I think I know what that name is.
You already got a name for what?
Y'all relationship?
No.
That is what we call We the Boys.
No.
This Shae?
We the Boys.
Why y'all doing that?
Let me see.
Guy showing interest. Just trying to throw him an assist.
Stop. This is overwhelming.
This Shae?
Now that overwhelms me. That intimidates me.
Being put on the spot
Yeah,
like
that's
that?
too much.
Yeah.
Me too.
That make you want to run away and say,
Yeah.
yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. I either get not enough attention or I get too much attention. And I can't decipher. And I feel like when I get too much, I be like, I don't like it. Then when I'm not getting enough, I be like, love me, love me, love me.
All right, Devon Battle, that's all you get from us.
What's the in between?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think if you show just a little bit of interest and I show a little back, and then it kind of like keep going.
I think that's
it's like I want to keep
That's a
going.
water sign thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like if you don't give me enough attention, I'm fighting for your attention. If you give me too much, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the balance because it's like no gray area. I've never known gray area. I'm black or white, and I don't really know what the balance is.
Take notes, Dwan.
See, Jason, you about to get blocked again.
We can't help you no more.
Clyde Green, them boys. See, he about to, now you know you can't say that, and
He
you
don't
done said it
catch on.
twice. And you didn't put that word twice, Jason. Now don't send us a message saying you got flagged. And you know that word is definitely gonna be on there.
Amen.
Amen.
He said I'm gonna get flagged. Yeah. Actually, there's a flag next to your name. Do you see it? Do you see it?
No, I don't.
Look.
It is a flag on his phone. That's funny.
It's a flag next to your name, Jason.
It's a flag right next to your name.
No one else has a flag but you, Jason.
That means watch out for him.
Yep, you are flagged. Oh, me and Paige got a flag. Oop, Stacey. Oop, okay. A couple of flags on there. Flag on the play. We appreciate everybody who comes to our show every morning and watches us have conversations about nothing.
and having a great time while doing it.
And even have input on it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with our
He said,
grinder.
I see it. You see the flag.
And he don't care. See, you just being defiant. Deviant.
So we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a few guests. Huh?
Heart to heart.
Heart to heart.
Yeah.
Who's that? That's Friday. I thought that was Friday. That's tomorrow?
No, it's tomorrow. It's Book Friday. They're celebrating 11 years with their nonprofit that helps little girls do all kind of activities and fundraisers and stuff. Keep your ear out. This week we'll be promoting a Black Friday comedy show for Black Friday. You'll have more to come about that.
Who having a comedy show?
Strike It Rich. It's a bunch of people. We putting the flyer together now. We'll have it ready Friday to present to the public. But it will be a comedy show Black Friday at All Occasions Hall, so start preparing for it. And we'll get some of those comedians on the show within the next couple days. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Book them up.
Yep.
On the right slots.
Yep.
So to make sure it's on the calendar, the right time, right slot, right
All
date.
that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. I don't think so. Let me think.
Ain't he for real? Like,
be on the lookout for us Thanksgiving. DJ Lightning Rod, DJ Q Success versus we'll be on the red carpet. Me and Shae killing them. Ain't that right, Shae? See how you just intimidated me?
So now if I say something too much and then if I just leave you a look.
Ain't nothing good enough, Shae.
I see.
That's how it is.
It's cool.
All right.
Bring me the moon and the stars. I want the sun too.
So speaking of cool, shout out to our shout out to our sponsors, Hotbox.
Hotbox.
Mud City Entertainment.
Yep.
Greater New Psalmist Church.
Amen.
J. Russ Jennings. Sasha Denise.
Sasha.
Yuma Dop Lucas County.
Freedom.
Swan and Sawan.
The People's Champ.
Social Butterfly.
Hey, Miss Carter.
Oh, Henry's Kitchen on Wheels.
Rolling.
Little Tots Transportation.
Skirt, skirt.
Beep, beep.
And A Servant's Heart.
Is there a heart in the house tonight?
And
stand up.
Shout out to our new sponsor, our newest sponsor. What's the name of that?
Wait, what?
Healthy Spot Nutrition.
Healthy Spot Nutrition.
Okay.
Yep. So they're our one of our newest sponsors. I just received an email. Payment.
Hey.
So shout out to them.
Shout out to them. I got to get you an ad lib, girl.
Yeah, Healthy Spot Nutrition. So if you would like to become a sponsor of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, send your info to Rise
and Grind
at the419grind.com. You can become a sponsor of our show. We have our Grinders package, which is only $150 a month, and it goes a long way.
And it's spreading like wildfire.
It is.
It's a great time to be a part of such a great thing that's going on.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to be a guest, you can send us an email at info@the419grind.com, and we'll get you booked to come on the show. And if you'd like to send us a donation, Shae.
$ the 419 grind.
Hey. Boom.
Boom bombs.
A lot of bombs going on.
And go vote for us. We have 5 nominations, and we want all of those nominations.
Wouldn't you like to see us win?
I would love.
Don't you think we deserve a win?
I feel like we do.
Awesome.
I hope y'all voting for us.
Make it happen.
We really appreciate y'all.
We definitely do. We couldn't do it without y'all. Who else will watch us?
Thanks for tuning in. You can always listen to us on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Radio, or Spotify, or wherever podcasts are heard. So, Shae K.
All right, y'all. This was another great show. Make sure y'all be here tomorrow, 8:30. And until next time,
I want to ride.
I'm about to say, ain't nobody even been sending me no money. They ain't even hooked me up for my birthday like I thought.
You should have said that shit. I don't think you're ungrateful.
They didn't. What you mean? Oh. So we ain't talking about those people. I definitely shouted out the ones that did.